All right, what's going on, beautiful people? It's the North Shore 9 post-game show powered by Primanti Brothers. I am Tyler. With me yet again is Neil. Our guy Neil is on doing a grinder fest here. He's on every post-game right now. What's going on, man?
Not much. They finally lost. It's not fair.
They did.
We were on a good streak.
Neil, that's what happens when you don't play the Dodgers.
It's true. Yeah, when you face a real contender, it gets rough.
Yeah, I mean,
we just don't beat the Brewers, man. Like, you know how I said last time, like, we just own the Dodgers? The Brewers own us. It's crazy.
They do. And it goes back a long way. Like, it goes back to my childhood. The House of Horrors is a real thing. And the House of Horrors.
The House of Horrors, even in those playoff years, the Brewers were terrible and it didn't matter. We would still lose every single series up in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and this one wasn't in Milwaukee. It was in Pittsburgh, and you know what? It felt like a game the Pirates could have won.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to get too negative on them tonight. They swept the Dodgers. Defense was bad tonight. Johan Oviedo, I thought, was good. Bullpen kind of fell apart, which, hey, bullpen's going to fall apart here and there. It happens, but a lot to talk about.
We got to look at the names who came out of the bullpen tonight. I'm not really too surprised they gave up, four runs?
Yeah, it ended up being 4.
You know, like
Majinski's the one that's like, you know what? Majinski's the one that is a little surprising, but also he was probably due.
Yeah. I mean, but again, he's been good recently. Bullpen arms give up runs all the time. Like, honestly, I was kind of worried that, like, when Oviedo took the mound after that first inning, it was going to be a really, really long day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 30 pitch first inning, if I was going to be a big bullpen game. What a way to turn it around by Oviedo tonight. He was really, really, really good and really efficient the last 4 innings of this game.
He was. And let's just start there. And let's talk a good bit about Johan Oviedo because there's a lot to talk about with him. He ends up going 5 innings, gives up 1 run, strikes out 4, walks 3. First inning, he gave up the run. After that, Johan Oviedo was awesome. He looked like he has the last 3 outings. I believe he's been absolutely awesome. I don't know if I would believe what we've seen from him coming into this year. I was with DiNardo on it all. I've thought he's been a reliever forever. The stuff looks like a reliever. Johan Oviedo might be a starter here, and I am happy that we're getting to see this throughout the end of the year because it kind of gives me a little hope going into next year and a little hope of maybe some guys you can move on from, not naming any names, Mitch Keller, but
nah.
Oviedo is like, but seeing what Oviedo has done to this point, it might make you a little more comfortable moving on from one of these guys that you might have a little bit more of a surplus on.
I think I would agree with you about the reliever thing if the fastball just didn't take the jump that it did. Because if you remember back in like 2023, even when he was solid, and we were losing our minds that they just kept letting him pitch so many innings. But like he just kept spamming a slider. That was the only thing he trusted. That was the only pitch felt like he could reliably get outs with. And at that point, yeah, that's a reliever because he has 1 pitch and that gets guys out. But with the fastball, it's just kind of given him new life as a starter, I feel like. The arm slot change has just made it an elite pitch. It's crazy. I never would have expected it, but he looks really good. And I think he kind of has a little bit of the Ashcraft thing where command is probably always going to bite him a little bit. Like he did walk 3 today. But I don't know. I love his attitude on the mound. He's a fighter. He's a guy you go to
He
war
became
with.
a little more of a douchebag.
Yes. We need more douchebags. Yes. I go to war with guys like Johan Oviedo, and I think tonight
Love
was a
that.
night where like he showed it. And I'm not sure you'd pencil him into the rotation just because like the innings limit that he might be on getting back healthy, but he looks really good, and he's a really, really good option coming into next year.
Yeah, and you mentioned the slider. He did throw more sliders than anything tonight, but it was almost 50-50 with fastball slider. It wasn't like he was spamming it like a reliever. He also mixed the curveball in a good bit, which going back to 2023, I loved when he did that. And I say that because I always fear the fastball slider guys just because the change of velo isn't very, it's just not much. Like 93, and his slider does have a little more separation than most. Like his slider's about 85, if he 94 on the fastball, that plays. But then you can run it down to 76 on the curveball. You're working with something on that. Like you can get through 2-3 times through the lineup if you're able to change speeds in that way. Like you said, the command's always going to be something that might bite him in the butt. All things considered, though, like if you're looking at next year, Neil, you're going to be almost 2 years removed from Tommy John. Like the innings limit's going to be a thing for sure, and you're going to want to be a little more careful with him. But he should be able to give you a decent amount of innings next year as a starter if he can. As long as everything stays healthy. It's not like Jared Jones where he's coming off the Tommy John and you're going to have to be super careful. I think Oviedo's, if he has a strong September here, I'm almost certainly penciling him into next year.
Yeah, and it's a really good problem to have. Like, I don't know if you can move on for Mitch Keller. I understand the appeal of that because he has a $19 million on the deal. You want to spend that elsewhere. But I do think when like you combine this with like Burrows, Jones, Oviedo, Burrows, and Oviedo is probably the highest end of those guys who can pitch the most innings. You are going to be looking around like by July, by August, and looking for innings to provide. And Oviedo can be one of those guys along with Keller. But what could be cool is kind of like what we're seeing now where Burrows comes in as the piggyback guy. Chandler's a piggyback guy. It kind of gives you a lot of options out of the bullpen, and you can kind of roll with having 8 or 9 starters on the major league team on top of your shutdown guys. And I think that's kind of a cool way to approach building a team. And again, you don't need elite stuff but Oviedo, is sub-3 ERA. You take that every time. And, he can probably give you 140, 150 innings. That's a lot of value. And so there's just a whole lot of flexibility. And I know this team loves flexibility, but like, I don't know, like it is going to be fun to watch to see how they piece those together. Cause like you can move Oviedo to the bullpen for a month.
Exactly.
If he's like a little gassed and he can come in for 2 to 3 innings, you can move people around. So I kind of like it. It's almost like you don't have to move off all these guys going forward, especially if like the guys today who pitched, a lot of them probably shouldn't be on the team going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And before we go any further here, let's give a shout out to our guy, Matt. Matt, thank you for the $5, our friend. He's always here. He's always hanging around. He's always giving us love. Always good baseball thoughts. We appreciate you. Matt, thank you, our friend.
Matt does not watch football. He's only locked in for the Pirates.
Hey, I mean, look at us.
Yeah.
It's September 5th.
It's Friday night in September.
It's Friday night in September, and we're sitting here talking about a 5-2 Pirates loss against the Brewers. A game they lost because Quinn Priester started for the Brewers. The guy that they traded for Nick York, he goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs, strikes out 6, walks 1. We don't need to get into that. I mean, good for Quinn Priester, I guess. Like, that's all I'll say on it.
Yeah, I mean, he's good now.
I cannot wait to clip that little giggle.
All I'm going to say is that Neil Huntington is still producing banger pitchers in the year 2025. Ashcraft, Burrows, Priester, like all these Neil guys are coming up and shoving.
They are. They really are.
It's kind of crazy. Maybe I know technically it's Sherrington development or Brewers development or whatever, but I don't care. Neil knew how to pick them. Just a good line. Neil, people with the name Neil just do good things.
Yeah. They sure do. Especially like if I'm trying to think here. Especially if it's spelled Neal.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of Neil Walker spelling. Because I was trying to lump them together. I'm like, I know they're different, dang it. No, our Neil spells it like Neil Walker, dang it.
And Neil Armstrong, and just a good long list. And Neil Diamond,
Nobody cares about Neil Diamond.
Hey, respect Neil Diamond.
You wouldn't have any respect for Neil Diamond if you weren't spelled the same way.
No, I wouldn't. You're right.
Oh, but yeah, nah, they lost to Quinn Priester. That happened. It's happened before this year. I don't want to really get into it.
Fair enough.
Moving on from Oviedo a little bit here. He does finish the game, 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Command was a little bit of an issue as well, but results-wise, you cannot complain about that. Oh, moving on here. Offensively, just not good.
No.
Not good. Spencer Horwitz did have 2 hits tonight. He had a pretty decent day. Tommy Pham drove in a run. O'Neill Cruz drove in a run. Cruz did have 2 hits today, so we're creeping back up to a 700 OPS. Just a bad day at the plate. I don't have much positive to add. Not much negative. They just didn't get the job done. Too many swings and misses against a guy that shouldn't get as many swings and misses as Quinn Priester did.
I mean, I don't know if Quinn Priester's just been making guys miss all year. I know we said we want to get into Quinn Priester, but
let's relax.
He's been good. The Red Sox couldn't fix him. We couldn't fix him, but the Brewers did. Sometimes it happens. But, I mean, no, it's different from the offense. 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk, which is surprising from a team that seems to walk a lot. 6 hits. I think we had 3 extra base hits. We had 3 doubles. That's something.
Quinn Priester striking out 7 per 9. Let's relax.
Okay.
Like they struck out to Jeff Locke 7 times today.
Okay, well, Jeff Locke made an all-star game, so.
Fair.
It's just like it was a bad offensive day. We couldn't get any extra base hits. We couldn't knock the ball over the fence. O'Neill Cruz is causing the most damage on the base paths because he was able to get on and steal. I mean, it's not like nothing we haven't seen before. And again, it's really hard to get on them too much because the offense has been a lot better over the last month or so. So, they had a bad day against a pitcher who's been really, really hot all year. But, we've been really good at home. We've been really good in the last month. So it's hard to get too negative at the moment, I think what it does show is that still, despite all the good stuff, is that there's still about 6 or 7 guys on this team on the hitting side who probably don't deserve to be here on this roster. And so there's a lot of work to do if you're going to get these gems in Oviedo and Ashcraft and Chandler and all this. You got to do a lot of work to make sure that they're backed up next year because you cannot roll into next year with this lineup again.
No. And it goes back to, I think we were on together on Wednesday, whatever day it was. Wednesday we were on together. It was Wednesday. And Neil, you said it, like hitting the ball over the wall it's amazing how much of a difference it makes. They did not do it tonight. The bats were dead. And on Wednesday, the bats weren't that impressive, but you hit the ball over the wall and it makes a difference. It wins you baseball games. That's why this team has to find some power this offseason. You can't have a lineup full of guys that there's a very limited chance they're going to hit the ball over the wall. It changes games. It's been that way for a while.
And the guys with the highest OPSs on the team, like Horwitz, McCutchen, Pham, like all have been hitting pretty well over the last couple months. I'd say like those are probably our best hitters. Even Reynolds, 721.
Mm-hmm.
But none of those guys you really ever trust to be like big home run threats. Like Reynolds, even like in his prime, was just 20 home runs a year, which is fine. It's exactly what the team like the Pirates need. But when Cruz is struggling the way he is, there's just no other power outlet. Horwitz probably caps out at 15 a year. You kind of like thank your lucky stars if McCutchen hits 15 a year. I think anyone would be.
Year.
What?
He had like 20 last year.
I'm aware, but yeah, you thank your lucky stars you hit that.
Yeah.
Like, so when he's 38-year-old Kutch, Pham is 37, like you're just so power strapped. And even the guys who come up, Triolo has been hit hot. Gonzalez has actually been really cold. They're also not big power guys. So I don't know where the power comes from. I don't know what trades you have to make. I don't know who's available in the offseason, but that's on Ben Cherington to get, if he's back, to get this done, because you can't waste this pitching staff next year. You're going to go into a lockout probably in 27. Go make some risky moves in 26.
Yeah.
Save your job.
No, Neil, you're exactly right, though. Like, you go down a list. Triolo's not going to be a 10-plus home run guy. Horwitz, you said he might cap out at 15. That might even be a little bit generous for him.
Mm-hmm.
Pham's advancing his age. Kutch, we're probably well beyond his power years.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Bart has never really been a big power guy. Like, they might have a little slug in him, but there's no one swing of the bat, change the game kind of guy in this lineup. With as streaky as O'Neal Cruz is, you need more balls over the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, plain and simple, you have to hit the ball over the wall. The days of stringing together enough hits to be able to win baseball games, I don't want to say they're over, but you need to be a lot better at a lot more things. And you can't have a team full of 650 to 700 OPS guys.
100%. Let me put it this way. The Pirates are dead last in the league in slugging. The White Sox, so, garbage team, has a slugging percentage 25 points higher than the Pirates do on the year. And they're in third to last. It's just not good enough. Like, the fact that we are so far behind even the dregs of baseball is just crazy. It should not be a possible thing for us to be outslugged by teams who are actively trying to lose. But here we are.
And so one of the difference, a lot of these teams will have those 700 OPS guys that, you expect more out of, but they're hitting 25, 30 home runs. There's just a different wart there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the point where I'll take that different wart just to have a guy hit the ball over the wall.
Yeah, it steals you games.
God, give me Pedro Alvarez right now.
Yeah.
Like, Pedro Alvarez changed games. They don't have that.
No, this is singles and walks the team. That's what we do. And it doesn't generate enough runs. Like, you need to be able to get, even doubles are a rarity for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was surprised we had 3 extra base hits today.
Brian Reynolds only hits doubles.
Yeah, well, Brian Reynolds is good at hitting doubles. The rest of the team, not so much. But yeah, it's so depressing because, I think you said it before, there is hope for next year, which is painful for me to say because I feel like we've been saying that every year for the last 3 years. But there's so much work to do here. And you have some useful pieces, but none of them solve the fundamental issue.
Right. And if anyone's still tuned in here, it took me 19 minutes to get here because I don't want to give him credit, but Ryan did win another Fanduel bet tonight. He did have the Brewers over 4.5 runs tonight, and they ended up scoring 5. So Ryan gets his Fanduel lock of the week done, or lock of the day done. I don't need to give him any more credit. We don't want.
He can get credit when he has an over 500 record.
Good point there, Neil. Good point.
Still fade him, but he didn't trust Oviedo tonight. Clearly,
no, he didn't. And Oviedo was not the problem.
No, and I honestly thought the first inning, I wouldn't blame him first, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's so cool that he had like a 30-pitch first inning and then came out with like a 6-pitch second inning or something. I think it was that short or something like that. Like that's when I knew like, oh, this guy's locked in.
And he only gives up 1 hit on the day.
Yeah.
He ends up getting you 5, and then it falls apart with Mlodzinski.
Mm-hmm.
Mlodzinski does give up 2 runs. Any concern there, Neil?
He's just not been impressive at all season, I feel like. Doubly so as a starter, but like even as a reliever, I've just felt like he's always given up base runners. And he's been playing with fire. I mean, his whip is 1.37 on the year. I know a lot of that is from his starter era, but like for a guy who has lockdown 7th inning stuff, he just gives up too many base runners and plays with fire far too often.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think, personally, I do think he has been as good as he's ever been out of the bullpen this year. I think this is the best Carter Mlodzinski's looked since he's been moved to the pen. I do think there is something to be said about what you're saying here. Now, granted, his whip is 1.07 as a reliever this year, striking out 9.4.
That's surprising me. I am completely going off of vibes only. Like when I feel like
he's got a 298 FIP, but in general, like just going back a few years, I think I do agree with you. Like he had his rookie year where he had a great ERA, but he played with fire every single night. It felt like. This year, I really do think since he's been moved to the bullpen, he has been as lights out as he's ever been. Like he looks like a back end guy to me right now. Tonight, just wasn't there. Didn't have it. It happens. But he's striking out 9.4 per 9, walking 1.93 out of the pen, 1.07 whip, 298 FIP. Like peripheral wise, it's pretty much there. Yeah, I've liked him out of the pen a good bit. Just tonight didn't work. It happens.
No, I just like what I would more say is like I'm not sure I would trust him. Like I wouldn't give him 8th or 9th inning for sure.
That's
you can
fair.
maybe talk me into 7th. And I really don't like him going more than 1 inning. I feel like he's just a solid 1 inning starter, a reliever. But yeah, no, like tonight was one of the worst nights he's had in a long time.
Okay.
And yeah, just don't use him as an opener. Don't use him as a piggyback guy. Just make it simple. Give him 1 inning. And yeah, tonight was bad. Like only 1 strikeout, 5 base runners in an inning. Like, but it is also the Brewers, and I feel like you always have to put like that little caveat about the Brewers because
throw it out the window.
Yeah, exactly right. Because I think Paul Skeens has given up like half his earned runs the entire year in 2 starts against the Brewers. Like you kind of just. You can't really take many results away from this team because they're sacrificing animals under the stadium every day. Like it doesn't mean anything.
They're sacrificing animals underneath the stadium every day. And that's how we wrap up the Carter Mlodzinski talk. Oh man. After that, I think Nicholas came in after that. Nicholas, another scoreless outing. When are we giving Kyle Nicholas all his flowers?
When he does this for like more than 3 weeks.
Yeah, and he got hit a little bit hard today too. He walked 1. He probably should have given up a run, but I think Reynolds in right field made a whale of a play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the few good defensive plays from tonight.
Yeah, this should have been one of those where he gave up a run.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just touch on Holderman real quick. He did strike out 2, got through an inning, gave up 2 hits.
Poor Holderman tonight.
Behind him.
Yeah. I mean, the Triolo error. And I have no idea what Nick Gonzalez is trying to do there.
Throw it into frickin' the Allegheny?
Yeah. He's not a good defensive second baseman, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like I'm pretty sure his defensive metrics been pretty poor all year.
It depends where you look.
Okay.
His defensive run saves are awful. He's one of the worst defensive players in baseball. His outs above average are really good, and his defensive WAR and Fangraphs are really good.
That's weird.
I think he's having a really bad stretch right now.
Okay.
Like tonight, Getting to that ball was good. Throwing that ball was stupid. Throwing the ball into the stands was awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that he was trying really hard. He was trying to do too much, which is fair, you know.
And then the weird thing, like he made plays at shortstop today where he started for some reason, because I don't know what we're doing. Dang it, I said we. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But he made some plays at short tonight that I'm like, oh, is that the same Nick Gonzalez? So I don't know. Like, I think he's having a bad stretch right now at second base. He's booting balls at just simple plays. And like, again, tonight's play, just hold it or get the out at second there. I think there was a runner on first there. Trillo was kind of meet him in the hole, so would have been a tough play, but just eat it. Those are things he knows better.
Now let me ask you this, because I'm curious, because I think we get like two different perspectives. Like, do you think that like him being like technically a below average bat is okay as long as he keeps hitting like 280? Is that like acceptable to you as far as okay?
No, well, the caveat there is that he needs more power.
Yeah, I agree.
Like hitting 280 is pretty, but he's still a below average hitter because there's been no pop.
No, he doesn't have the exit velocity to. He is singles man, unfortunately.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, like, if you look back, like, imagine when Nick Gonzalez was drafted. If you told us he'd be a 280 hitter in 2025, sign me up. I'm good. And now I'm like, I need more. And it's amazing after the minors and being like, this guy's not going to be a major leaguer. Now he's a 280 hitter, and it's not good enough.
Yeah, I wish like I could just have him only hit with runners in scoring position,
right?
Because then his method of fastball hunting works really well. He finds a fastball, he swings early in the count, he gets singles, and it's great. But I think like in other stuff, like he really struggles, and that's probably why like he's only at like what a 90 WRC plus right now.
Yeah, it's
and like on this team, it's hard to complain about anyone with a 700 OPS. But you definitely do want a little bit more of Gonzalez's bat, like just a little bit more.
You do, and like he's a guy that's played 76 games this year. He's been worth 1.2 WAR through Fangraphs. Granted, if you look at Baseball Reference, he's a replacement level player, which again is why I think WAR is kind of silly. But regardless of that, if we're just like eyeing up Fangraphs here over the course of the year, we're talking about a 2.5 win player, and we're complaining about him.
No, fair.
It's just, but I think it's fair to complain about him as well because he's got to be better. One, you can't boot baseballs like he has. And you need more power. Or at the very least, you need more walk.
Yeah.
You need one or the other. You can't hit 280 and be a 320 guy. Not in today's baseball.
No. I mean, I'm okay 280, 320. Yeah, if you just push the ball over the fence 10 more times a year. You know?
Yeah.
I think it really just comes down to that, you know? So
just
I don't know.
Really good defensively.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. It's better because he's at second base. And like for middle infield, like that type of production is a lot more acceptable. But yeah, I think just like on an offensive starved team, like you really do need that. So it'd be cool to see him get the bat speed up, barrel the ball more, bring up that exit velocity. I don't know how you do that in the offseason. I'm not a hitting expert, but like that would be like all I'm trying to do in the offseason if I'm Gonzalez.
Yeah, and like I'm not really gonna doubt the guy because after watching him throughout the minors on no planet would I think he would turn into even this. Like there were significant fears about his strikeout rate. It's down to an 18% rate. That's completely fine.
No, strikeout rate's fantastic.
On no planet did you think he'd hit 280. I mean, AA, AAA, watching him, no chance.
Yeah.
He put the ball in play a lot more. So
is that something the Pirates need? Like the Pirates need guys who will just put the ball in play.
Yeah, but we also need power.
Yes.
Could use some power here.
That's the theme of tonight's show. We need power.
Need some power. Anyone else you want to talk about tonight, Neil? I know Jared Trullo made 2 errors. He's a Gold Glover. I'm not going to complain.
No,
it happens.
Brian Hayes made errors. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
No, Triolo's fine.
Yeah, things happen. All right. Well, we didn't get to give away sandwiches tonight.
No.
But this weekend is more football, and Neil wants to watch more football. And you know where you can bet on football on Fanduel.
Yes, you can.
So make sure you get on Fanduel. Just throw a few together. Let's see what we can do.
Don't do the parlays. Don't do parlays. Don't do parlays.
Let's just enjoy it as it comes. We're on week 2 of college football, week 1 of the NFL. Only one more month of baseball, of Pirates baseball, that is.
God bless college football, man. I'm so excited for tomorrow.
And you know what that means? The offseason is coming up where we can have hope again.
Yes, we can.
And Matt asked about hyping the video. I believe the hype is underneath whenever you go to watch it after the show, I think. There is a hype button, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Donardo and Cody know more about that. I'm not too YouTube savvy, but appreciate the question there, Matt. Appreciate you. All right there, Neil. You ready to go?
Let's get out of here.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Pirates lose 5-2. We'll be back with you tomorrow with more. Hopefully we're giving away some sandwiches. And if you're asking about the hype, Donardo says you have to be on mobile to do it. So there's our answer on that one. So if you want to hype it up, do it there. If you don't have time to do that, make sure you like and subscribe. All that fun stuff. Appreciate y'all. We're out of here. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.